Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be going over the best weapons for Delta Force Season 2. For those of you that don't know, Delta Force Season 2 made a lot of weapon attachment changes, and they made some big changes to stability, which in turn made me redo every single weapon build in the entire game, which is why you're here watching this video. So without further ado, there's a lot to go over and there's a lot to explain. Be sure to hit the like button if you find it informative and you want to keep up to date with Delta Force. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I also stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. First link in the description. So the most important thing to understand when talking about Season 2 and the weapons and why I'm making this video is some of the changes they made to the way things work. So if you take a look here, they changed the way stability works. Some people are saying on Reddit that stability is worthless and, oh, you shouldn't stack it. Those people are wrong. Don't listen to those people. The change they made to stability is, you see this stat here, current hit flinch multiplier. They made stability not affect this at all, okay? So it used to be you could stack stability and you'd get less flinch and you could get insane recoil reduction. But the main reason why stability is still important even after the nerfs is this stat right here. Current lens stability while firing. This is huge for your visual recoil. So stability, you still want to have it, you know, even if it's slightly improved, you still want to try to make it slightly improved. And that is what I've done for you in this video. I've gone through and rebalanced all the best weapons in the game. So without further ado, let's start with the CI-19. Now, the CI-19 was nerfed in Season 2, but that does not mean that it is a bad weapon. It's actually still one of the absolute best ARs in the entire game. So if you're not familiar with these videos, I'm just going to shoot to show you what the weapon does. Then we're going to come in here, and I'm going to show you the calibrations. If it's not bugged, okay, it is not bugged. You can pause the video and copy these calibrations. Maybe for this gun, I'll go through them all. So, muzzle velocity, firing stability for the barrel. Stability while moving and extra control. Stability while moving is incredibly important. Rear grip, stability while moving, and extra control as well. Stock, firing stability, incredibly important, and extra control. And then for your sight, personal preference. And basically, what you want to try to do in Season 2 is, as you can see, you know, make sure your control is good, make sure your handling is decent. You just want to keep your ARs, like, I'd say under 450 MS. Like, this is fine, but for, let's say, your stability here, you just want to make sure that you do not really have worse lens stability while firing and your handling is still okay. For the CI-19 this season, they gave us 45 round magazines, which is huge. I don't use a gas block on this version of the CI-19. I actually like the default gas block a lot. Sandstorm vertical compensator, angled hand stop. Make sure you use the 45 round mag with your Badger small arms mag assist. New type Vanguard light grip. UR spec up stock. And for your patches here, just stack control. Then I'm using the CI-19 Haydal tactical long barrel. And for lasers, if you're wondering why it's on the right side, when you switch to this, having the laser on the right side makes it easier to use this version of shooting. Tac stance, or whatever you want to call it. Now moving on to some other top tier ARs in the game. I have it right here. This is the Scar. So here's how it shoots. The Scar is available on Luna now, which is disgusting and probably shouldn't be able to happen, but here we are. Here are the calibrations. You can pause the video and take a look at those. Now here are the attachments. For your patches, you're going to fill them out with handling. For your barrel, Scar H Beaver long barrel. For your muzzle, Sandstorm vertical compensator, angled hand stop. I managed to get the drum magazine to work on this gun with great stats. Phantom rear grip, UR Spec Ops tactical stock, and of course sight of your choice. One of the best ARs in the entire game, because if you look at the damage model here, it does 25 damage out to 45 meters, and I mean, look at the damage here. Look how consistent it does the same damage in the upper thigh that it would in the chest. So if you get hit by the Scar, you're taking massive damage and you're probably going to die. Now, moving on here. SG552. This gun is really fun. This is sort of a jack-of-all-trades weapon, so I built it like that. The reason I built it like that is I wanted to keep the accuracy up while also having good handling, stability, and control. This weapon does not have much recoil, so I managed to do it. As you can see, going in here, here are the calibrations for the weapon. And here is the build. For your patches, going to want to stack stability on the patches. Barrel, use the only barrel you have here. Muzzle, Sandstorm vertical compensator. Foregrip, competition hand stop. You can get away with using this. Big boost to accuracy, great hip fire, makes the weapon incredibly versatile. 45 round magazine, phantom rear grip, UR Spec Ops tactical stock, and that's the SG552. Moving down the line here, let me just see. The M7. M7 is a heavy hitting assault rifle. I believe it's exclusive to the engineer class. Here's how it shoots. Fair warning, this gun does have quite a bit of recoil. You can build it to have less, but then your ADS time is like literally 700 milliseconds. So if you're not that good with recoil control, maybe just use the SCAR. But the M7 is incredible. Here are the calibrations. And moving on here, stack stability with your patches. Use your Title ultra long barrel. Sandstorm vertical compensator. For the recoil pattern, use the Secret Order bevel foregrip. For your mag assist here, use the mag mount. I could only get the 30 round magazine to work. The 45 round magazine is just way too punishing on the stats of the weapon. Phantom rear grip, and different stock on this one, the Shadow Rail stock. Very cool looking gun in general, and it has really cool skins. Moving on here, because obviously, you know, if the skin is good, it does more damage, right, guys? That's how it works. Then last but certainly not least, the M4A1, still a really solid jack of all trades weapon. Here's how it shoots. Again, pretty much just no recoil. Okay, the calibrations are bugged. So, muzzle velocity and firing stability for the barrel. Stability when moving in ADS speed for the foregrip. Stability when moving in extra control for the rear grip. Stock, go with firing stability and extra control. And for the optic, personal preference. Then for the attachments here, Sandstorm for the muzzle. Secret Order for the foregrip. I don't want to use the AR Gabriel long barrel. Stack stability for your patches. Laser on the right side of the weapon. 45 round magazine. It's worth noting they did add brand new 60 round extended magazines that are not drum magazines, which is actually pretty cool. Phantom rear grip and the 416 light stock. Moving on to some other weapons. All right, so now let's take a look at the MP7. And keep in mind, guys, this video is for, in my opinion, the best weapons in the game in Season 2 right now. I'm sorry if I did not mention your favorite weapon, but just a reminder, because maybe I didn't say it at the beginning of the video, or perhaps you didn't read the title. These are, in my opinion, the best weapons that you can currently use in the game. And all the codes will be in the description. So this is the MP7. Here's how it shoots. This gun is ridiculously good, guys. If you're sleeping on the MP7, do not sleep on the MP7. Here are the calibrations. And this is a tricky one, guys. So, just a general tip here. If you're ever trying to customize a weapon yourself, take a look at the recoil pattern first. This is going to give you a good guide as to what to do with the weapon. As you can see, the MP7 has a pretty mean recoil pattern. It's very ugly, does not feel that good, so you have to make sacrifices in order to tame it. And what I did here is, for the barrel, I went with the MP7 Enhanced Barrel. I tried both of these. I just can't get them to work. I think this Enhanced Barrel is absolutely the best you can go with. Laser on the right side. For your patches, you're going to want to stack handling. For the muzzle, go with the Bastion horizontal compensator. Reason being is if you used the Secret Order bevel foregrip, you would get a penalty to vertical recoil here. And I don't want that necessarily on this weapon. So I went with this to get the maximum amount of horizontal recoil pattern squish with no vertical recoil penalty. And then I went with the RKO foregrip to get less, vertical recoil and more stability and less shaking and all that sort of thing. For the magazine, I went for the 40-round magazine. Unfortunately, guys, I could not get the drum magazine to work. It's just too much trade-off, in my opinion. Use the mag mount, of course, and for the rear grip, balanced rear grip. And again, just a tip for all weapons. You take a look here, and you look at, the control, handling, stability, accuracy. It looks like it only increases things by 1, but if we mouse over something here, as you can see, the changes are bigger than what they actually show here. For instance, if I equip this, and then I hover over this, you can see even though it shows 1, it's actually, +6 handling compared to this, +4 handling compared to that. So it's a little deceiving, but anyway, use the balanced rear grip on the MP7 and the UR Spec Ops Tactical Stock. Really good SMG. Has great range too. Really just one of the best guns in the game, in my opinion, right now. The Vityaz. Okay, this gun, ladies and gentlemen, is one that people are sleeping on. Here's how it shoots. This thing is an absolute problem, okay? Here are the calibrations. Actually, it's bugged. Okay, muzzle velocity, firing stability on this one. Stability when moving, ADS speed. Stability when moving, extra control. Firing stability, extra control. And then, of course, personal preference on the sight here. Now, something worth pointing out is this weapon takes use of one of the brand new attachments you can unlock in Season 2, the Zenitco Charging Handle Cap. If you do not have this attachment, you have to go into the armory in the main menu and accept the assignment to unlock this attachment. It basically gives you 1 free handling, okay? So if you're using this code and you're wondering why it's not working, you probably do not have this attachment unlocked, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So just TLDR there, or warning there. For your patches, use stability patches on this weapon. Barrel, Vityaz Beaver barrel. Laser on the right side. Muzzle, use Sandstorm vertical compensator for less shaking everywhere. Secret order bevel foregrip, because if we take a look at the recoil pattern here, it's pretty ugly horizontally initially, but you can tame it a lot with that attachment. For your magazine, you're going to want to use the extended mag with your mag assist. AK skeleton foregrip for that massive handling boost. And unique stock here, PT1 Spec Ops stock, really, really good. Really good stock because it allows you to have firing stability and extra control, which is fairly unique in terms of weapon calibrations. Very, very solid weapon. One of the best SMGs in the game. I mean, just literally no recoil. Moving on here, SMG 45. I'm gonna sort of speed through this one. This has been an absolute staple for so long. Here's how it shoots. It just is. It is what it is. It's one of the best guns in the game. Since this seems to be bugging, I'll go through the calibrations individually. Yes, it is bugging. Okay, so thank you so much, Delta Force. Muzzle velocity, firing stability for the barrel. Jesus Christ, this is so bugged. Stability when moving and extra control. Stability when moving and extra control. Extra control and firing stability. And that was it. For your attachments here, you're going to want to stack stability here. Okay. And laser on the right side. For the barrel, do not go and use the longbow ultra long barrel. Use the SMG 45 fission long barrel. This is the best of both worlds. It has no downsides at all, which is really, really fantastic. For this weapon, it's going to be a longer range SMG, and you can get away with using a suppressor, which is a unique attribute of this weapon. It really makes the muzzle velocity super high, 642 meters per second muzzle velocity out of this one. For the foregrip, secret order bevel foregrip, because the recoil pattern is a little horizontally canted, but this quells it a lot. Extended magazine, phantom rear grip, and UR Spec Ops tactical stock. One of the best guns in the game. Moving on here. Let's see. Don't want to miss anything. The Bizon, the last gun in the SMG category that I picked out for this video. Here's how it shoots. So the Bizon and the Vityaz are pretty similar. In my opinion, the The Vityaz is overall the better weapon. However, in specific scenarios, the Bizon is better because of its larger magazine, if that makes sense. So the calibrations, muzzle velocity and firing stability, stability when moving and extra control, and firing stability and extra control. For your attachments, you're going to want to use the charging handle cap. I think on AK slash like AK-ish platform weapons, you can use the charging handle cap, which is pretty cool. Handguard, you're going to want to use this because it's just for free. Just a great weapon attachment. For the barrel, you're going to want to use the Blade Ultra Long Barrel. Sandstorm Vertical Compensator, you're going to want to use the 64 round helical magazine for that extended capability. AK Skeleton Foregrip and the PT-1 Spec Ops stock. Really, really good weapon. Very, if you rush in a lot, this is probably going to be maybe the best choice for you in the entire game. It's extremely, extremely good. Moving on here, I will have a full video on the new LMG, so if you want to see that, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's a bit weird, so that's why I'm doing a dedicated video. The M250. Okay, the M250, guys. If you just wanna shoot someone and they fall over, this is the gun for you. Here's how it shoots. It is a big boy though, so you're gonna have to just deal with some of the aspects of this weapon. The damage comes with trade-offs. Here are the calibrations. Muzzle velocity, firing stability, stability when moving, extra control, stability when moving, extra control, aiming stability while breathing, and extra control, and then of course personal preference for the sight there. For your one little sad rail, use stability just to offset some of the camera shake on the weapon. Your titanium long barrel, because you're going to want to stay away from people with this gun. Sandstorm vertical compensator, angled hand stop, phantom rear grip, and your shadow rail stock. For the magazine, you can optionally use the 75 round belt if you want more handling. I like the big boy belt, okay? I think this weapon is meant to sit here and you just do this. I think that's really the purpose of the gun. So if you want better handling, you can switch to the smaller belt size. But the PKM, this gun's heavily, heavily slept on. Insane weapon. Really insane. Calibrations here. You guys probably understand how to calibrate things at this point just by watching this video, but muzzle velocity, firing stability, stability when moving, extra control, stability when moving, extra control, aiming stability while breathing, extra control. This weapon's a bit weird though. Kind of had to, if you look here, because the pattern, I decided against using the RKO or whatever it's called, the Secret Order bevel foregrip to squish it horizontally. And actually you can get the stats of this weapon pretty good, but I wanted to show you the stats because this is an example of a weapon where you can sacrifice a little lens stability while firing and it doesn't seem to matter that much. It can tank it. But for the attachments here, Horizon, heavy barrel, use stability on your patches here, laser on the right side, or you can remove it depending on what you want. Sandstorm vertical compensator, angled hand stop. For the magazine, I could not get the extended belt to work. It just doesn't work, in my opinion. You have to trade too much stuff off. AK skeleton foregrip, and shadow rail stock. This is basically an AR, guys. It really does have AR stats, but the unique thing about this weapon and why it's so good, extremely consistent damage out to 45 meters or 46, I think. So very consistent time to kill with the PKM. That's the big deal with this gun. Coming to the home stretch here, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And one of the only marksman rifles featured in this video, the PSG-1. Really, really good. So some marksman rifle specific things that I want to point out. If you take a look at the stats here, in my opinion, current firing stability and current lens firing stability are abnormally important on DMRs. Does that make sense? Because, you know, obviously if you take a look how they shoot here, you you're going to want to be able to stay on target, and I think stability really, really does help you. So here are the calibrations. One thing worth noting is this weapon has, I think, almost a 1,000 meters per second muzzle velocity without using a suppressor, which is very, very unique. The PSG one has extremely consistent time to kill over range and damage. Take a look here. 35 to torso and lower part of the body here. And then it does 35 damage out to, I think, 100 meters, 110 meters. Very, very deadly weapon here. And muzzle velocity, 940 meters per second. You can almost stack handling with your patches here. Optionally use a laser. I opt not to because this is a DMR. G3 enhanced long barrel. Now, some people might say, why don't you use the Marksman barrel combo? And I would say it's simply not necessary. Like, you look at the stats, you're like, yeah, okay, you know, this is good, but it's really not that good. So I would stay away from the platform Marksman barrel just because I don't think it's necessary at all. Sandstorm vertical compensator. Folding grip uniquely here for stability and handling. 30 round magazine. G3 skeleton foregrip. And for the trigger, for increased fire rate, which means faster time to kill potentially, use the precision trigger. And for the stock, the skeleton sniper stock. Really good DMR. And last but certainly not least, and the last weapon I will be talking about in this entire video, the SR25. This is going to be your long-range DMR, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here's how it shoots. This is going to be your long-range DMR. So if you take a look at things here, 929 meters per second, but what sticks out here, the range on this weapon. The way this is set up, carries its damage out to 140 meters, okay? So you are hitting extremely consistent BTK out to crazy distance. It is extremely good. Here are the calibrations. Muzzle velocity, firing stability. Stability when moving, ADS speed, because control is kind of less important on DMRs, in my opinion. Stability when moving, extra control, just because that's the best option there. ADS speed and extra control. And then for the optic, it's worth noting that I think 3x scopes and below don't have scope glint. I think if you were to calibrate this to 3.25, I think you might have scope glint. Correct me in the comment section down below, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. For your patches here, you're going to want to use your handling patches. Handguard, definitely use the SR25 Elite Handguard. That is a unique weapon attachment here. For the barrel, SR25 Nova Ultra Long Barrel. For the muzzle, Resonant Sniper Rifle Suppressor. This is going to really extend that damage range, really extend that muzzle velocity. And if you watched my How Suppressors Work video, this has strong suppression, which means I think you're off the minimap if you're shooting within 40 meters of someone. So this basically helps you keep yourself off the minimap. That's the TLDR there. Foregrip, RKO foregrip to get rid of that camera stability and shake and all that sort of thing. 416 stable stock for that extra stability. 20 round magazine. Phantom rear grip. And of course the mag assist. Gun is really damn good. People sleep on the SR25. So, hope you guys found this video informative. Let me know if you want me to make more specific weapon guides. Like I said, I'm going to make one for the new LMG because that gun is really, really strange and you have a ton of different possibilities there. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will have more videos out for you guys. And of course, swing by the Twitch streams because I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. Be sure to drop me a follow, first link in the description.